What's going on, YouTube? You're so lucky that I did a YouTube video first. That way you get all my energy. I could have done Twitter. Twitter is just outperforming YouTube. For those of you that are big on YouTube, you need to right now really start pumping out some Twitter, bro. I mean, you could be really, really big. If you're big on YouTube, you could be really, really big if you started pumping out on Twitter. Twitter's outperforming YouTube. Twitter's the future, man. I'm just trying to use what little YouTube growth I have to bring it over to Twitter. Because as I said yesterday, the user interface on Twitter gets more interactions. I have to do a live stream. I have to do all this work to get you all to interact with me here on YouTube. But when you're on Twitter, you get instant interactions. It's just a better platform. Just better platform. All right. So we're going to talk about so much stuff today. That was the intro. Also, quick sales pitch. I do have Real Deal THC gummies. I have Real Deal silver ounce coins. So I've sold now gummies and I've sold now silver ounce coins. Happy customers have testimonials. Okay, so it's not fake. All right, so next we're going to talk about first where we left off on immigration. Yeah. We're going to finish off on immigration. Okay, so when it comes to immigration, it's too fucking late. How do I know it's too late? Because all the blue states said yesterday that they're closing DMVs and they're starting the digital ID. Because I was just like yesterday, I was like, how the hell are they gonna have all of these people here and no citizenship? I mean, are businesses just not gonna require you to be a citizen? Are police officers, when they pull you over, are they just not gonna require you to have a citizen? No, they're not. It's all gonna be a digital ID now. So all of these immigrants, they're gonna be given a digital ID. We can't maintain all of the Native Americans. That's what we're gonna call us real Americans. People that were born and raised here in America, right? We're the actual Americans. And then you've got these immigrant Americans who, the DMV, I don't know if you've been to the DMV 5 years ago. I don't know if you've been to the DMV 10 years ago. But the DMV couldn't even handle us Americans. Now you're going to add 20, 30 more people. So all the blue states yesterday said they're shutting the DMVs down. So on one hand, I'm like, thank God, no one fucking liked the DMV in the first place. Sorry for my saying DMV. I literally broke my lower jaw in this last truck accident, and it's hard for me to say V. I can't feel my lower lip. It's really weird. Back on topic. I can say B, like a hard B, but when I say V, it's like I can't feel my lower lip do that. Anyway, then in the description, you're talking about, oh, well, Trump's gonna save you. Listen, I like Trump. Now let's make sure that, what do I mean by when I say I like Trump? I like Trump as an entertainer, okay? He's like the entertainer for the bread and circus that we have right now. The Taylor Swifts, the NFLs, the the fun, pointless drama, like he is it. He is it to keep us like in this false hope. That's what I'm saying. Listen, what if I were to tell you that in real life, on my social security card, on my driver's license, my middle name, my real middle name is Hope. So that's kind of been a real hardcore life word for me to process, this word hope. So I've processed the word hope way more than most people. Also, my name is Christian. So I process that word way more than most people. If your name is like specifically tied to a certain kind of term, you process it way more than most people, right? So with a name like Hope, you unnecessarily associate that with a lot of things. And that's what I'm saying. With a man named Trump and what he does, and me named Hope, my middle name Hope, it's like all these people have so much hope in this guy. And it's just like he didn't even win. He didn't even win this last election. It was rigged against him. He lost it. He lost it. What do you guys got to learn from that? They beat Trump. They rigged it. He lost. How much money do you think you need to, do you think you got to cheat too? That's all you can do now. What are you going to do? Are you going to cheat too? Are you going to sacrifice your morals? I doubt it. I doubt it. I doubt you Republicans are going to cheat too. You want to know how I know you Republicans aren't going to cheat? Believe me, I'm such more Republican than a Democrat, but the problem is you Republicans are pussified. You are so pussies. Like, you'll never understand it. You literally, I said this in a previous live stream, all you Republicans, you literally shoot your guns in the backyard. My best Republican friend, 2A Ninja on YouTube, shout out to 2A Ninja. I love you, brother, but the number one thing I gotta see, and this is where I know all of you are pussy. I say this with constructive criticism because he's my brother from another mother. 2A Ninja, with 2A in your name, you own multiple guns. You're a 2A promoter, Second Amendment promoter. You own guns, you shoot guns, you show people guns. You tell people that they should get guns. For what? For what? You're not gonna ever do nothing. It's all a and it's barely defense. It's barely defense because look up Ruby Ridge. Look up Ruby Ridge. If these SWAT teams come to your house, you're fucking dead. You're fucking dead. You're not gonna do nothing. You're not gonna do nothing against this police state. You're not gonna do nothing against this police state. Fucking Republican losers. The Democrats, listen, the Democrats are just gonna, they're gonna put out their hands. Listen, the Democrats are at least way more pussies than the Republicans, but the Republicans, they act like they're gonna fight and then they won't do nothing. They get Ruby Ridged, they lose all their guns, they lose all their land, they lose all their stuff. They're fucking pussies, bro. They lost the election. Trump lost. He lost. They won. They scammed you, bro. You even had a chance. You even had a chance at a real insurrection. None of you Trump tards. That's the first time I ever called Trump, because I love Trump. I love Trump. He is funny as fuck, man. But he is not a president. Trump isn't a president that we need for America. Trump isn't going to save us from 30 trillion in debt. Trump won't deport 20 million illegals. He won't do it. Trump won't lock Hillary up. He had a chance. He had a chance. And then when he blatantly rigged, lost, none of you took guns to the insurrection. None of you took guns. Man, if I had guns, I would have been locked and loaded. Hillary Clinton would have been splattered. What? You all are pussies. All of these Democrats would have been lined on the wall. This is what I talked about yesterday's live stream. Yesterday's live stream is that the other side, here's why I'm right and you're not gonna be right. I'm right strictly because of these two factors. I'm right because the other side is not playing fair. So are you going to continue playing fair? Okay, that's part one. That's part one. If the other side isn't playing fair, are you going to? Good morning. If the other side is not playing fair, are you going to continue playing fair? That's part one. Part two, if you know that you've already lost because of their cheating, why play again? Why play the game again? So I'll repeat it because I don't think you guys got it. I think you guys have false hope. First, if the other side is cheating, are you going to cheat? If the other side has already cheated, are you going to keep playing? So that's where you're at. That's where you're at. So the Democrats, they're cheating. So do you cheat? Do you cheat? Okay, part two, the Democrats are cheating. So do you keep playing? So you're either at, I either keep playing and knowing they're cheating, or I keep playing and I keep losing because they're cheating and I won't cheat, right? So the only other option, as I said in yesterday's live stream, is because they're so unjustified in what they're doing. They're so unjustified, right? Can you say that what they're doing is justified? Do they have any justification for what they're doing? Right? At this point, people are just dying, right? People are dying. People are losing lots of money. People are losing land, you know? And is there a good justification for all this? You know, if things were like skyrocketing in value, everybody was just doing so awesome, super awesome, would you say that that's valuable in some way? But since everything is going pretty negative, you're going to have to take that into consideration. There's got to be some accountability. So if you do have any accountability at all for what's going on, who's it going to be on? Who's it going to be on? Now, these blue states, as I said, these blue states, they're going to completely leave the borders open. They're going to have a digital ID. And once there's a digital ID, they'll start the credit score system, just like China. Super simple. And once there's a social credit score, I mean, no one has to have a job. No one has to have a job, right? Remember? All the jobs will just be like the movie. I'm sorry, it's not the movie, it's the show Futurama. So if you've ever seen the show Futurama, most jobs are either government or delivery. That's it. That's really all the only necessary jobs left. I mean, why? There won't be farming. There won't be farming because everything will be pharmaceutical based, pharmaceutical based, lab grown. Isn't this exciting? Forgot about this. They not only shut the DMVs down in the blue states, they shut the public schools down. Because why have public schools? Why have public schools? You don't need to teach these kids anything. These kids, why teach them anything? That was just they were just kind of slowing things down. That was like, well, we had schools, we can't close them. We're gonna kind of close them for a little bit for like the sake of this COVID nonsense, and then we're gonna close them permanently just a couple years after COVID. So now public schools are closed permanently. Isn't this interesting? They got you with this temporary stuff. All of you fell for this temporary stuff. Oh, inflation? Temporary. Shutting down your businesses? Temporary. Hey, next time the government says temporary, maybe you'll learn your lesson. Maybe you'll learn your lesson. But like I said, you all are literally dead, okay? They've given you two options, okay? I'm sorry, there are three options. Three options are civil war. We'll start with that one. So first is violence, which most of that violence will be unjustified, right? A lot of the people that will die in the civil war option will be unnecessary violence. It'll just be unnecessary. Second option will be a major police state. Everyone gets Ruby Ridged. I don't give a fuck how many guns you think you got. Even my brother 2A Ninja on YouTube, Demolition Ranch on YouTube, all these hardcore gun enthusiasts on YouTube. All you dudes, you're dead. All the SWAT teams are gonna show up. You're dead, bro. You're dead. Your dogs are dead. Your families are dead. You're all dead. These SWAT teams are gonna show up and Ruby Ridge you, okay? That's option number two. Don't you dare think you're gonna stand a chance against a military police state. Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, they'll fuck you up, bro. You're dead. Kamala Harris, once Joe Biden's dead, man, Kamala Harris and her police state mentality, Kamala Harris is way more police state than Joe Biden. She'll fuck you up, man. We're all about to get Ruby Ridged, okay? The fact that we've lasted this long against, none of you kids even know what Ruby Ridge is. So the fact we're all still alive is just take it for granted. Don't take it for granted. So option number three is we start shooting now. But none of you all want to do that. There's literal criminals running the government. Trump can't even do anything about it. Listen, Trump lost a case to some lady that says she was raped by Trump years ago, decades ago. You think Trump's going to win Trump can't even win a recent rape case. Give me a break. They rigged that recent rape case against him. He ain't winning no 2024 election. He lost the 2020 election because they rigged it. They didn't even try hard. None of you Republicans try hard either. Republicans blatantly saw Democrats block and rig the 2020 election. They blatantly rigged it. Like it's on video. No one's dead. People should have died. Like, these are our elections. Trump's being a big old pussy. He's like, hey, listen, I guess my Trump tards, I called them all to the White House. Well, he didn't say he said come to Washington, D.C. Then, Ray Epps Ray Epps and all the federal, Nancy's federal agents, they said, hey, these Trump tards are so dumb that we're just gonna tell them all to go to the White House and go into the White House, and all you Trump tards fell for it. You know, I don't know. It's just like, all you guys got, it's like, but then it's like, if all of you are that dumb, and you've got guns, well then if all of you start with my idea of like shooting, good morning. If all of you start this shooting up the place, Wild Wild West stuff, you know, lots of people are going to probably die indiscriminately. I mean, you look at, what was it, Kyle Rittenhouse and his circumstance. I'd say that's the best circumstance. You think about the worst circumstance, you don't want to know the worst circumstance. Kyle Rittenhouse is the best circumstance of a guy wandering down the street, chaos and people looting, and Kyle Rittenhouse being like this random guy with 2A mindset of like, hey, if I see something, shoot something. And that's where we're going to be within 6 months, you know. So like I said, all of you are really harping on me quickly about like Taylor Swift and the Super Bowl. Thanks, man. 7 a.m. honking a train horn. Cool, man. You're really cool. These are the people that are going to get shot. Like I said, we're 6 months away from people being really trigger finger, okay? There's a lot of people with guns. There's a lot of people with guns. There's a lot of stupid people. You mix those two things up with a chaotic environment and a chaotic government, lots of people are going to start dying, man. Lots of people. The elite needed to get down to 1%. They've already calculated that only 1%. So if there was, as I said, think about it this way. Who's going to maintain the electrical grid? Who's going to do that? Once all these immigrants are in, right, the public schools are closed, the DMVs are closed, hardly anything is barely maintained, hardly anybody has any money, who's going to maintain the electrical grid? So just put it this way, I need you all to start thinking about the electrical grid not going down, but going down, because no one's going to maintain it. So who's going to maintain the electrical grid? Who's going to maintain it? Who's going to maintain the electrical grid? Please start thinking about your own way to produce your own electricity. Start thinking about the own way to produce your own food. When it comes to land, you could get Ruby Ridged. There are people squatting everywhere around the United States right now. So it's turning into the Wild Wild West. So it's Wild Wild West. I squat on this land and someone comes up and tries to take it from me and I civil war their ass, right? So that's really all where we're at. I civil war their ass because I'm squatting on this land that I don't even own in the first place. This is total Wild Wild West all over again. This is like what I even thought the movies would be like. Like when you see the movies of Wild Wild West or something, this is how it's gonna be. People are squatting on land, trying to survive, trying to be self-sufficient. Someone else comes along with guns, tries to Ruby Ridge you. That's where we're at. We're 6 months away from total Wild Wild West. Like I said, the economy is going to crash. I mean, there's no way that they can maintain the 200% inflation because people won't be able to afford anything at that point. People let's because crystal clear facts right now. Two-thirds right now, people can't afford it. 2/3 of people can't afford it. So if 2/3 of people can't afford it and it doubles again, well, that's it. Everybody's going to start shooting.